nigga. This is what happened, bro. Like, I was in Georgia, like I was 18. No. Okay, let's go.
That's made me.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Kilanda, and welcome to another lovely episode of the Keys of Life podcast, man, where we have general conversations, everyday conversations about everyday instances that happen in life. You know, this channel is made to help give you advice, encourage you, inspire you to just be yourself and know that it's okay to be yourself. So if you're new here, I thank you. I fucks with you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a chance to, scroll back and listen to the first episode. That way you can get a gist of who I am and what the podcast is about and what to expect. And if you're returning, okay, if you've been following me faithfully, I fucks with you even more. Welcome back, baby. I missed you. All right. But before we get into it, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share this channel, this podcast with anybody you know, your coworker, your friend, your loved one, your baby mama, your baby daddy, whoever needs to hear this, share this shit with them. Okay. All right. So we gonna get right into the topic of today. And what is that topic, Kiki? Well, let me preface it by saying this. When we're young, we develop a certain mindset that typically keeps us in fear of doing what our heart desires, right? We have these big aspirations and dreams, but because the way we're raised or what we've been taught or the ideas and, religions or whatever that we grew up with, the practices, we tend to shun those dreams away. We tend to bury them and blockade them from coming true by our own self-limiting beliefs. And what are those beliefs? That we're not pretty enough, we're not skinny enough, we're not light enough, we're not funny enough, we're not sexy enough, we're not cool enough, whatever it is. If you struggle with that, I got the remedy. Which brings me to the topic of today. And that remedy is just say fuck it. Yeah, simple as that. Fuck it. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? What do you have to lose? If you already feel like you're at the bottom of the barrel, what's the harm in looking up once in a while? What's the harm in actually trying to give a fuck, to salvage that dream, to salvage that belief, to salvage that passion? We tend to block out how we feel, truly how we feel. We don't necessarily block out the happiness. Some people do if they choose to be miserable. But normally we block the painful shit. The shit that we don't really want to deal with, that we mask with food, we mask with makeup, we mask with popularity, whatever. We mask it. And we try to do a damn good job of hiding it, but there's always something that will shine light on your darkness. It will be revealed in some form or fashion in just a matter of time. So, my question to you listening to this podcast is, what is holding you back from being the best you? What is stopping you from just saying, you know what? I tried this. I live my life like this. I don't like feeling like this. I don't like the life that I'm living. I want more. What is stopping you from achieving that? What's stopping you from putting that first foot forward? The answer is you, bro. Like, for real. And why am I saying that? Because I've been that person. I've been that person for so many years, bro. Like, I grew up a chubby kid, gap in my teeth, big ass buck teeth, dookie braids, you name it, man. Like, I was a square bear, overweight chub. And I used to see the pretty girls in my school, and I used to see the cute boys go after the pretty girls, and I was liking girls at that age anyway. So in my head, I was like, damn, like, I can't even get I'm trying to get a girlfriend too, while also trying to get a boyfriend. Things were wild in the 90s. But, I just felt like I didn't belong in that group. But I always aspired to be the most popular kid in school or the most attractive kid in school, because everybody wanted to give you their lunch, or they wanted to give you money, or hang around you, or go to your party. And, that shit starts young. That negative self-belief, that negative talk. And that's crazy because it builds up over time. That shit don't stop until you have an awakening moment and you say, damn, like, I was really mean to myself growing up. I was really mean to my thoughts, because we compress and suppress so much over time that when it's time to think about ourselves, when it's time to actually go for that opportunity, you are literally a deer in headlights. Like, you're frozen. You don't know what to do. Fear is impending upon you. And it's just like, damn, like, I want to do this, but I'm terrified. I've had so many opportunities in music. Okay, I said this in a previous episode. I am a hip hop artist, songwriter, producer, sound engineer, and podcaster now. And, I was making music since I was 15. But what hindered me was, I grew up in the church. We already know how that is. If you put out certain music, you're damn near the devil in disguise, and you're singing the devil's music and all that shit, and you get judged and you get pushed out, So that was number one. Number two, my mom always believed me. My family always believed in me. But again, there was only certain things that I can say and do without rocking the cradle. And I always felt like my rhymes were dope, but I could never truly be myself. Things just didn't sound right. Okay. And it wasn't until I went to school and got my degree in sound engineering and my degree in music business to where I started seeing other facets of myself and learning to cultivate those practices and skills has led me to the point where I'm at now. Sometimes God says no in that moment. Even if you're trying, even if you are working on shit and, you may not be where you want to be, that's for a reason. Sometimes it's not always because of you. Sometimes God is like, I need you to learn some more. I need you to pick a few more lessons. I want you to grow to this. Because God knows the desires of our hearts. He knows what we pray for. He knows what we seek. He knows who we want to be deep down inside. God created you. So he's going to construct your life in a way for you to achieve that. But you got to be willing to stay the course. And you got to be willing to just say, you know what, man, fuck it. I'm going to do this. There's no reason that if there's an open mic coming up that I'm not going to sign up and to perform. I should be performing. If someone says, hey, I want to hear your music. I want to, what are you about? I want to learn about you. That is a free fan that you don't have to pay for, that you don't have to go out and seek and pay acquisition shit. Like that person is saying right then and there, like, hey, what are you about? I'm willing to invest 5 to 10 minutes to listen to what you have. But then that fear and that doom sets in and you're like, oh shit, I gotta deliver, I gotta perform, I gotta do this. And then what do you say? Nah, I'm not ready. It's not ready now. I was watching a YouTube a couple of days ago, and it was talking about missed opportunities and how certain opportunities don't come back around. They really don't. And there's been so many opportunities that I've missed out on because I was terrified to show them where I was at in that moment. Sometimes we think that we have to have it all together at that moment. We have to have a manager. We have to have, club bangers, and, we have to have thousands of fans and all that shit just to be relevant. But what draws fans in the first place? What draws people to you, who you are in the first place? They find out about you. It's just by putting out the work. And this doesn't even just apply to music. This could be painting. This can be your book. This can be a dance. This could be a teaching curriculum. This could be a pitch for a movie. This could be, a new recipe you tried. You never know. But we already kill the opportunity because we tell ourselves, nope, we're already our own gatekeepers. We tell ourselves, nah, you trying to put that up against that? Like, you got your plum ass mind, man. Like, don't do that. You'll make a fool out of yourself. That's crazy. That's the first thought that we have when it comes to putting ourselves first. When it comes to actually saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for it. I want this opportunity. It's not that you're not hungry. I hate when people say, you ain't hungry enough. You ain't blah, blah. It's not that you're not hungry. Some people are just afraid to eat. Some people are afraid of blessings because they've been taught for so many years that they're not worthy of being blessed, that they're not worthy of being great, that they're not worthy of obtaining good things. I've thought like that for so many years. A part of me still does, and that's part of my journey that I'm healing on, is fully accepting myself. But bruh, ever since my stepdad passed away last year, and he passed away young. He passed away at 66. It just taught me that life is not promised. The dreams that you have, the things that you want to do, the opportunities that you want to seek, the life that you really see yourself having, sometimes that's not always promised, bruh. And we have to seize the moment when opportunity strikes. My stepdad worked his entire life. He was in the military for over 25 years. He loved to pride himself on that. Then he was a federal police officer for about maybe 15. So you're looking at 40 years in the service, bruh. And unfortunately, he had to medically retire due to his Alzheimer's and dementia. But I remember him always saying, like, whenever I retire, I want to move back to my home country of Panama, and I just want to retire on the beach. I want to be by myself and just live my life. That's all he ever talked about. But he never got a chance to do it. Like, that shit woke me up, bruh. That shit woke me up. In that moment, I didn't realize that I had just lost a parent. This man was my stepfather for over 20 years. And although it was a very tumultuous relationship, in those final moments, this is as an adult, this was my first fuck it moment as an adult. I'm not good with hospitals. I'm not good with death. I'm not good with sick people. It's hard for me to stomach. It's hard for me to see because I have a very vivid imagination, and I tend to ruminate on things that bother me. And at first I wasn't going to go see him, but something in my head was like, Kiki, if you don't go, you will regret this moment for the rest of your life. Fuck what he did. Fuck what he ever said. Fuck what he ever did. But that was your dad. That man taught you some shit. That man provided for you. That man was your father. So it'd be fucked up for me to stay in my ego and be like, I'm not going to go see him. Fuck him. But that was not how I felt. I broke down in tears when I heard that he only had, so much more time to live. That broke my heart, bruh. And when I went to go see him, I was just like, wow, how the tables turn. And in that moment, I learned humility. In that fuck it moment, I gained something. I gained power. I gained grace. I gained love, compassion, sympathy, empathy. And my ego died a little bit. It's beautiful about ego death. You get some beautiful rewards after. And when he passed, I just remember developing the mentality of, I will never let my life get to a point where I have all these dreams just for them to die prematurely. That was awakening. That was eye-opening for me, which inspired this episode for me. Being able to speak about seizing opportunities and moments that I've always wanted to accomplish. Last year I went to this event that I always talked about going to, and I'm not gonna lie, if I don't know you, I'm very socially awkward. I'm quiet, I'm in a corner sipping on something and just vibing out until somebody comes up and talks to me. I have social anxiety. I feel like most people have social anxiety, but I was very socially anxious. And I told myself, I was like, Kiki, if you don't go, you are going to regret it. You're going to be looking on social media. You're going to be looking on Instagram and Twitter saying, damn, I should have gone. Yo, so-and-so went shit, man. Like, damn. Like, I didn't want to do that. I've done that my entire life. And in that moment, I was like, nope. My stepdad, he didn't go out like no punk, man. Like, so I got to do this. And I went. I had a great time. Had some bomb-ass food, too. And I always said that I wanted to travel to LA by myself. I always wanted to take a solo trip somewhere. And you could say like LA, big whoop, but I'm from Southern California, so I will always have love for SoCal. From San Diego to LA, like those are my roots. And to be able to go back and kick it with my cousin, learn from her, and see my friends and just explore. I've always wanted to run Runyon Canyon. I did that shit. I was proud of myself. I'm like, damn, like I always said I wanted to do this, and I'm look at me killing shit, doing it. What else can I do? So we have to make sure we're seizing every moment. And if you're listening to this and you've gotten this far, thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. But if you've gotten to this moment, I really want you to stop and think about your life. I really want you to stop and think about your current situation. Just like many Americans and people around the world, we all have a 9 to 5 or a 12 to 12, whatever. We are working that grind. And we all have a dream, bruh. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the most socially dead person on the planet. We all have a dream. We all have a goal. We all have an aspiration. There's always something we want to do. So, ask yourself this question. How would I feel if God said, you have 24 hours to live and you had time to do 3 things that you've always wanted to do? Would you be satisfied with that? You have 24 hours to do 3 things. It's insanity. It's insanity to think that we can't do something. If you've learned a skill, you can do something. If you've graduated from school, you can do something. If you can read, you can do something. If you can beatbox, you can do something. Whatever. We all learn something along the way. There's always something that speaks to our heart, that makes us feel good, that gives us that childlike sense of life, where all inhibitions just fade away. No judgment, just pure freedom. It's a beautiful place to be in, I promise you. So what are you going to do to get there? And also, too, when you start doing it, please know and understand it's going to take work. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take effort. You can't just say, I want to be a trainer at SeaWorld. But you don't learn shit about, marine life. You don't learn shit about climate. You don't know shit about the diets of the different animals. Like, you don't do your research. You're not frequent in these places. Like, you're not doing the work. Or better yet, you're doing the work, but you don't have no direction. You just rapid shooting, rapid firing with no aim. Oh, I'm gonna just do this, and hope it sticks, hope it lands. No. That's bullshit. That's also deflecting what you need to be doing. I told my homeboy this the other day. He's a songwriter out of Atlanta. Shout out to D Brown. We check on each other periodically, and I asked him how he was doing. He was telling me some things that he was going through, and I resonated with it on the highest frequency, man, because just the other day I was depressed and I was tired because I've been working so much that I felt like I haven't had time to give back to myself or do the things that I want to do. And I was just going to sit on the couch and just veg out and go to bed. But I was like, nah, I need to do something. I need to edit. As tired as I was, the thing that helped me out was the end goal. Where do I envision myself? Manifestation. So I let my homeboy know, like, hey, bruh, you can do this. You believed in me, I believe in you. Just invest 5 minutes into yourself, 10 minutes. I promise you, it's gonna work out, bruh. He's talented as fuck. Like, he wrote these songs and I'm just like, bruh, Tank would murder these. Chris Brown would murder these. Like, I highly believe in his skill. But again, work, life, responsibilities, obligations can wear you the fuck out and take your mind off of the end goal. You have to silence that shit. Think about it like this. If you're complaining about your job, and this is just general sense, I'm not relating this to myself, but if you are complaining about your job and how much time you don't have, if you get off of work, you're off the clock, right? You don't have to answer to nobody. You don't have to write no emails. You don't have to do shit. You're done for the day. Okay, you might have 8-10 hours left. But Kiki, I need to sleep. I need to eat. I understand that. It's coming. Hold on. If you get off by 6 o'clock and you don't have to be up till 6 a.m., you have 4 hours to do something. If you have to shower, cut that motherfucker to 15 minutes. Stop taking a lavish shower. You don't have that. You don't have that in your time bank. Okay? Wash your ass, hop in, hop out, dry off, boom. Okay? If you're eating dinner, if you have to eat, okay? Make sure you have something in your cabinets or your refrigerator or whatever that you can make quick. Shit, soup takes 10 minutes to cook. You can eat fruits. You can eat vegetables. You can make a sandwich. Like, you can find something quick to eat. The goal of eating dinner is to get something in your belly to nourish you. It doesn't have to be a full course meal. I'm learning that myself too, okay, as I try to lose weight. But cut it short. You know, if you haven't talked to your family members, call them up. 5 minutes, that's all you get. Updating on my day. How was your day? Oh, lovely. All right, I gotta get to this. If you gave yourself an hour to an hour and a half to do all that, then you have anywhere from 3 hours to 2.5 hours to devote to you. Don't believe the myth that you have to work out hella hours just to achieve what you want to do. No. Sometimes, if all you can do, if you have no brain power, if you have no physical power, study. Do something that moves the needle. But you just have to say fuck it and do it. Like, for real, don't even think about it. Because if you sit there and you think about it, you're going to not do it. You're going to psych yourself out and talk yourself out of not doing it. I started this boxing class and we're doing a challenge. And I was supposed to take my measurements the other day, but time kind of got away from us. And I remember one of the trainers, they were talking about how there was a 90-minute class on Sunday. Now, the longest I've been in a boxing class is 60 minutes, okay? That shit is grueling. So when they said 90 minutes, it didn't really register to me. I was just like, oh, I'm thinking it's the 60. So I was telling them, like, yeah, I need to schedule my time to do my measurements. And they were like, oh yeah, we're going to do it this day. And are you going to sign up for a class? Are you going to sign up for the challenge on Sunday? And I'm thinking, all right, what's the worst that can happen? Not realizing I signed up for 90 minutes. Okay. So I'm like, fuck. Now I got to do this because I signed on the dotted line. If I don't go, I get charged. But also, I snapped out of it because I have been injured for the past 2.5 weeks and I haven't been able to box. So I feel like I've lost out on so much time on my progression. And what a way to make it up. No excuses. I set a goal. I want to lose weight. I want to lose like 30 pounds by the end of this year. I have to stick to that. I have to be dedicated. If not, what the fuck am I doing it for? Gotta do it, man. So, yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked tomorrow, but hey, it is what it is. I'll be a limp noodle. Pause. But anyway, man, I love y'all so much. That's my time. I feel like this is dragging on, but long story short, just say fuck it and do it, bro. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. All right? Again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share this podcast, this channel. This will be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all streaming platforms, and it'll also be on YouTube. Remember, some episodes will have videos, some episodes will not. Depends on how I'm feeling. And I love y'all, man. So always remember to stay blessed, stay black, and stay loved. And love one another, man. And love yourself. Shit, you worth it. All right? I love you. I'm out. Bye.